so that we have our preamble, what I kind of talked about a little bit before we practice. Good morning, Andy. I see you there. Hello. So if anybody was in the Saturday practice, I was using my own practice, of course, my own mind, my own heart, my own confusion, right? My own wisdom as examples of the truth of our own. And in the Saturday visualization of this backpack of blessings. And that backpack of blessings is in fact you. I talked about a white pebble and I found it. It's not quite as small as it was in the visualization, but I realized I need more. Little pebble, maybe not quite enough to get into this noggin. So this was the white stone. Actually, it looks almost identical to the one that I had visualized here in my hand now, as a reminder of, as Carrie was saying, reminder of what? Being alive, a reminder of being present, a reminder of being above ground, having the blessings and the reality. Also with confusion, right? Suffering, uncertainty about this present life. And we're going to be practicing today a couple of things. And then I had a request that I thought I could fold into this today, which I'm going to make some effort to do. And so I know, I don't watch the news very much. I know already that things are always on the precipice. I do know that the COVID continues. I do know that there's issues, political issues happening. I know there's tapes being revealed and fears, a lot of fear I'm hearing about as it relates to our current world, our current health crisis, as it relates to our current politic. And so someone said, can we take some time today to put the right intentions out and into the world? And the answer is absolutely, definitively yes. And here's why. We're doing that every day, every breath, every moment as best we can. And to call on it is right and good, and I will certainly do that. But I want to be watchful also that we don't get caught in the storm of conditions beyond the condition first of your own mind, where you believe, oh, today I've really got to do it. Because if I don't do it today, then, well, that's every breath, every minute, every day. Also, there is the truth of suffering. There is the truth for its causes being played out. Yes, right now. And yes, right now. And for certain, there is a path to its end. And that's why I want us to practice some amount of time every day, no matter what. It is, in fact, in that unconditionalness, in that true friendship with all the conditions and all the factors and all the beings and all the world, actually, that we are our greatest contribution. And so, yes, of course, we're going to put out wishes for healing, for peace, for blessings, as we do every practice and every day. But let's be careful, because I notice we get caught in, oh, but this is the worst. This is where we really need it. Yes, this moment, and yes, we really do. And yes, even when it looks like everything's going great, we still do. And I think we get caught, don't we, in the conditions. Now we're good. So now I don't have to practice that much, or, things are floating on. I'm okay, we're okay, it's okay. Don't do that. It's never true. And do that every day. It's always true. Yes, you are okay enough today to practice, to commit oneself, to place attention, to formalize your intentions and to realize them. Yes. And so this becomes a very good day in the midst of Georgia. and the crisis, in the midst of Trump or whoever it is doing all the incredible things that we feel certain that they're doing. Be watchful then, because the practice holds everything. It holds you, and it holds me, and it holds Biden, and it holds Trump, and it holds your neighbor, and it holds your children, and it holds mine, and it holds the people you don't like and the people you do. And let's be watchful of, I want us to be a little careful about this idea that, wow, we really need to practice now. It's true. We really need to practice today, tomorrow, the next day, and the next. And we're committing to that today. Today is January 5th. We are committing at least 60 breaths every day, no matter what. To what? Peace, harmony, happiness, calm, well-being, patience, generosity every day. And so I wanted to begin with that practice because I want you to see how simple and easy and its impact. And then we'll go into a longer practice. But I want you to know what 20 breaths 3 times a day, 20 in the morning, establishing stability, calm, steadiness of mind, unification of mind and body, pacification of the distracted, addicted, ego clinging mind. And then 20 breaths throughout the day, gathered in heaps of 3 to 5 breaths, however you can do that, in transitions, in the midst of the storm. It's all good. Another 20, and then 20 breaths at the end of the day to once again calm, stabilize, prepare for rest, restoration, replenishment. And so that is what we'll begin with first, with those first 20 breaths, so you can feel its effects. And I happen to notice they're dramatic myself. Just 20, unbelievable, really. And so we just begin by centering ourselves, feeling the sense of this body and its weight, its sense of solidness. What a delusion. And also feeling the sense of the groundedness available here, which is not a delusion. The sense of the weight of the body resting upon the earth. And feeling not only the stability of the body that is still settling, but also the stability beneath. The stability of the ground beneath you. The stability of the chair you're sitting in. Just for a moment. And as we stabilize the mind, we open the heart to the aspirations and intentions for our practice. May this practice cause no harm to oneself or others. May it be a contribution by our very steadiness, by our very stillness, by the very non-doing, awakened nature of the mind. May we contribute just that. That's enough to the good. And then may we do so for all beings everywhere, without exception. Letting that mindfulness, that attention with these essential intentions move out beyond your own body, your own mind. like a fine mist, like a warm ray of light, covering the whole of the earth until we are all free and awakened. And so, with the strike of that bell, if we can just come into the sense of this body as a whole, head to toe, we're going to feel the sense of the body breathing. Knowing the breath as the breath and the body as the body. We've got 3 or 4, 5 breaths right here. Gathering the mind, settling it into the body. No matter where the mind wanders, with each breath we invite it home. For these 20 every day, every morning breaths. It's not so important to count the breaths as it is to feel the sense of wholeness. Of attention. Wrapped in those intentions that we cultivate breath by breath. A true friendship and friendliness. Beginning right here in your own body. We've probably already come close to 20 breaths. I just want you to see how you are right now. You can feel at least the nascent qualities of the stabilized mind. Hopefully you can feel this radical act of kindness being directed towards oneself as we make ourselves for a few moments in this body, in this breath, in this moment, where we always begin. And then let's continue. Seeing if you can begin to notice the unknotting of the body and the mind. The settling into the breath. We're probably close to 40 breaths in with an increasing quality of calm. Of unification or oneness. And we continue. We're ultimately opening to our own true nature, filling our tanks, packing the backpack with all the needed resources to respond to the world. But without this, stabilizing the attention on the breath, and then enjoying the breath. Remembering is here and now, this present moment. In this stability, in this steadiness, that I can contribute best. And as the attention becomes refined, you may find a place in the body where you can rest the attention, moving from the body as a whole to a particular area or spot. See if that's true for you. Can you feel the qualities of the in-breath and the out-breath? And certainly now 60 plus breaths in. Can we feel the benefits? quality of the thinking mind. There is a place of ease, of calm, of peace, and of refuge right here. And as we cultivate this present moment awareness, we can begin to also cultivate attitudes, qualities. And the one for me that is most important is this true friendship, unconditional friendliness that we practice along with the attention, breath by breath. We are not going to lessen our commitment to the breath awareness, but we are more capable now and more able to see the qualities of mind, to notice them, to say yes, acknowledging we bow to the thought, to the sensation, to the sound, offering that friendliness. No rejection, no struggle, no straining or striving. And then gently, invitation only, come back to the breath. Can we offer kindness to our own distraction, to our own self-judgments, to our own evaluations, opinions, wanting to get it right, certain we're hopeless, whatever arises? It is not to linger in the thought, but to apply that balm of kindness and invite yourself home. And in the very act of doing this again and again, we are cultivating a path. A path in which we can begin to open slowly to everything with that unconditional friendliness. Just acknowledging it's here. So we can practice moving beyond the body, moving out to include sounds. We bring our mindfulness and that friendliness with us, opening into the space all around, resting back in the space, and including sounds. Can we say yes to all sound, both the ones we like and the ones we don't? Opening to include the qualities of stability, steadfastness, calm, a holding space, as it were, for all sounds. But we don't keep the sound. We greet it, we allow it, we open to its arising, and let it pass and go. Awake as we make contact, awake in its movement, awake and it's dissolving. This is the training. And no matter where the mind goes, we can always awaken, recognize, and come back. Seeing if we can allow for equal attention and equal intention, friendliness, openness, seeing clearly, being friendly without struggle, no matter what the sound. And given our steadiness, given our stability, given our friendliness, we can open beyond the body and beyond sounds to include now our own thoughts. Might be thoughts about the sounds, thoughts about the practice, lots of thoughts about the self, thoughts about the past and the future. Doesn't matter. We greet each thought, recognizing it as a thought. Creating that wide open space, that quality of awareness that can let the thought appear and be and change and disappear, just like those sounds, without being hijacked into the storyline. See if you can just know a thought as a thought. Let it come and let it go. being watchful of identifying with the thoughts, making the thoughts something about you. And even in this scene, this awareness, we can be liberated. Not me, not mine. Simply conditioned patterns coming and going, like clouds in the sky. Feeling the sense of the vast open space in which all things are appearing and disappearing. No struggle. And just as we recognize thoughts as thoughts, we can open even beyond thinking to include emotions, feeling states, qualities of heart mind. You may notice a restlessness, sleepiness, weariness, maybe an excitability, maybe a contractedness, distress, or worry, an aggression of some sort. And once again, it is not to judge, it is not to change. It is simply to know a feeling tone as a feeling tone. Can we relate to emotions as an object of mind, just like breath, just like sound, just like thoughts, coming and going? Held in that wide open, empty, vast field of awareness. We have to be watchful with emotions, not to think that this too is me. I am angry, I am weary, I am hopeless, I am fearful. Can we see each of these qualities of mind simply as qualities coming and going? part of the human condition. It is essential that we know this too. And then we can open that space as wide, as vast as possible, edgeless, colorless, borderless, no limit. We can simply rest in awareness here in this sky-like quality of mind. Letting whatever comes come and be. And then letting it go. As it will. And as we are letting it be, can we then breathe it in? Let it in. Let it inform you. Let its wisdom penetrate. Offer it room and space to be known. See what it has to teach you. No matter what it is, can we recognize it, breathe it in, let it be, and offer it that true friendship, that unconditional friendliness, so that we can see even more clearly. And in this very way, we prepare ourselves to be in the world, to be with others, with this same calm, this same ease, this same stability and open-heartedness. We let it be, we let it in, and then we can respond unconditionally friendly, most loving, most present. And in this way, we are a living embodiment of peace, of kindness, of patience, of generosity, of compassion. It is all that could be offered. And so as we rest in this open space for these last few moments, let's infuse it with these very qualities of heart mind awakened in you. Inviting whatever would be most useful. The intentions for peace, for hope, for faith, for trust, for strength, for clarity, for wisdom. What is here for you? Bring that. And we take these very qualities and then we make an offering. Often with these phrases of loving kindness and compassion, a visualization, an inspiration for an act, a word. May we all have happiness and the causes for happiness. May I be a contribution to this end. May we all be free from fear, from pain, from hunger, from greed, hatred, and delusion. May I be a contribution to its end. May we take great joy at all that has been gifted and offered to us, beginning with the truth of this precious human life. And may I take those benefits, may I take those gifts, may I take that wealth and offer it to others. And may I dwell in the refuge of my own awakened heart mind. And then breath by breath, making the offers wherever needed. Including myself. And then all those others just like me who need this too. This is the path, this is the practice, this is the training and the way to abiding happiness and freedom. May we begin today and continue. And may this practice be a benefit. So be it. Just take a minute here as you begin to slowly unfurl, being gentle, seeing if you can just begin to be soft and gentle with the body, inviting some gentle movements there, hands, feet. I always go right for the neck. So oh, good. Glad to hear you're back. I wanted to talk about daily practice and our commitment to that practice. And I thought I would begin first by just seeing who of you thinks a daily practice would be of benefit. I'm making some assumptions here that, you even think that would be a good idea. So is that something that you have as an intention or an aspiration for yourself? And, when I say practice, because I know we have so many people here from so many beautiful wisdom traditions, I include in that practice prayer, contemplation, chanting, prostrations, mantra, all of the things that we do to steady, stabilize, and awaken the mind. So I want you to know I'm starting with that as the assumption that there is something here that you think could actually be of benefit. And I'll assume that unless I see something in the chat. This is not me. I'm actually looking for, chaos. And then the question is, what do you notice for yourself? Let's respond in chat or come online. What do you notice is one of your obstacles to that daily commitment, to that daily endeavor? Because we want to look clearly. We want to see what happens. What is the quality of the mind that overtakes this clear seeing, open-hearted, most embodiedly present quality? Something wins out in a way that actually contributes to our unhappiness, to our distress, to our confusion. What kinds of things do you notice, or do you know appear for you in that regard? Yes, when we are stable, unified, calmed, pacified, these are all the words used in the suttas. Yes, all other mercurial things fall away. It's true. And so what keeps us from doing it every day? Since we know the truth of this, really, what gets in the way? Time. If I'm busy in the afternoon and do not meditate before 5, I do not seem to get my second meditation in. Yeah, some of us, by the way, Robin, have problems getting 20 breaths in. And so it is the same quality of mind that doesn't get the first breath in, that doesn't get the 60th breath in, that doesn't get whatever number breath you're on, second meditation or first. What is that quality? Busy. What's the busy about? Yes.
Work.
Hello, Robin.
Hello. Yeah, it's just, I was in a habit of getting a meditation in at 3 or 4, maybe 5, but now on certain days I work at 3. And then, I don't know, just you get into that schedule and then it throws you off. And I haven't been able to figure out the patterns, be able to meditate at 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's right.
It just doesn't feel the same.
Yes, busyness, I think, is a common explanation for why we don't get to the practice, because the time we're used to doing it, or we don't like getting up early, or we forget, is my favorite, before we put our head on the pillow. And what I'm wondering is, can you see the quality of mind that cannot see the way? Can you see that it's already been all caught up in the movement of the day? And we easily, all of us, this is the quality of mind, get lost, don't we? Once the wheel starts to turn, the mind gets wrapped, doesn't it? Around, and then I gotta, and then I gotta, and then I gotta, which is why we pick these places at the beginning of the day and then at the end of the day, when there is some guarantee for at least some moments of potential open space. But we often don't use those because we're so exhausted at the end of a day, or we're so charged up at the beginning of a day. But what better way to begin to stabilize and balance those energies, that mind, than really beginning and ending, right? the day. And then when you can catch your 3 o'clock sitting, your noon breaths, your right, the truth is we know in the neuroscience that if you do not begin the day with that steadiness, finding it in the day will become fairly difficult. That we need the map, the quality of our own heart mind awakened already, which is why I'm going to ask people to begin with those 20 breaths first thing in the morning, to begin to unify, solidify, gather that intention and that attention that we can more easily find. We know this for sure, than in the winds of the world, right? Whatever it is we're doing. And it, you know, it's all valuable, important, good contributions as well. I have no criticism. I'm not being judgmental of our choice to do in the day, but I want you to bring a certain quality of mind to the doing, a certain steadiness and ease, so that you can see clearly, is this of benefit? Is this useful? Is this what's needed, right? And we need the stable mind in order to be able to discern with wisdom those things. And if you don't begin the day that way, I have to say, I know this personally, I can't find my way back to it. I can't, it's just, the mind just takes off and it's left my body and off I go into scramble. And I just want you to see what the effects of the commitment to this 20 breaths to begin the day as the morning ritual and its impact. You know, let's check back in and its impact on your the rest of your day and the rest of your attention and intention, how it will contribute to manifesting it. I want to go back. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, is a second meditation, sometimes I do it at bedtime.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I don't think of that as being
yeah. 20 breaths in the morning, yeah. 20 breaths in the evening, at least 20 throughout the day. That's our base practice. Whatever else you do is gravy, cherry on top, all good news. But I want you to have this stability and I want you to see its effect. I find a day without practice is like a day without sun.
I was just going to say that I like the word.
Go ahead, Leanne.
I was going to say that I really like the word ritual versus routine.
What's in it for you? What's the difference for you? It's I think Leanne's frozen, but yeah. Did you hear me? How do you distinguish routine?
Because I guess instead of it being ritual, I'm really getting that much better.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to move outside. Did you hear what I said?
No, you keep cutting out. Try again.
Any chance? I was just saying that I like the word ritual instead of routine.
Yeah.
Because it means that routine for me is kind of just checking a box, where ritual gives it deeper meaning and just setting that intention, which I do and try to do at least 6 out of 7 days. But I like the word ritual. I'm going to keep that. Thank you.
Yes, and I like your distinction that we're actually present. It's actually intentioned. It's not deadened automatic pilot. Routine. You got to show up. You got to embody it. Yes, and
thank you.
Ritual slows it all down, I think, also, and invites that presence in a way I think we all need. So whether that's lighting a candle, whether that's writing on the Buddha board like I do, whether that's holding the stone or a heart or a token, these are all things that invite and contribute to our presence and our practice. And I would encourage all of us to find some of those supports, those conducive conditions. Some people have altars, some people have pictures, some people write those things that inspire and ignite the awakened heart mind. And I need them personally. I like to wake up to them, with them, and it formalizes and it ignites my most loving heart. These are things I care about, most love. I find a day, yes, Chris, without sunshine, and I am left choking. We all are. This is the quality of that distracted, consumed, seeking, craving, and rejecting mind. It's distressing, and it has no other possibilities when we are left with it without awareness, without compassion, without kindness. That's the result, is that we choke ourselves literally to death in a day. Like, who's got enough of them to waste in this? Responsibilities, Leslie. Yeah, these believed thoughts that the doing in some way supersedes and is more important than the being. And I've done this for a lifetime, so I know a lot about it. It has taken me a long time to commit myself to the being, to the presence, to the open-heartedness first. And boy, don't I notice over and over how all the responsibilities feel less burdensome, less heavy, less filling, because I am already filled up with that kindness, compassion, or love. That's right. We all do this as well, don't we? I don't do it as a part of my morning ritual. Yes, we're talking about the necessity of that ritual, that commitment, that intention to oneself. I want everybody to be making that and figuring out what is it you need. In the old days, I used to put my cushion, when I sat on a cushion, between me and the bathroom. And I would trip over it literally, or kick it out of the way many days. But that was the beginning of me saying, no, this is the priority. This is where we need to make the commitment. I had a billion reasons, just as you do, as we all do, for that mind that thinks it can't take the time. But if we can set the ritual, the neuroscience says set it with other things that are positive for you. That warm cup of tea, that beautiful candle, that inspiring look outside that I have here out the window in the morning. We point ourselves towards the sun. It is not accidental as often as we can because of its vibrant, energizing, awakening nature, right? These are the things we can ritualize to create ritual, to invite ourselves home in this way every day. I cannot think of a better thing to do, and you can't either. Sometimes I get frustrated and miss because I have an expectation that the practice will leave me feeling better. Yeah, this is a common error. Not always the case. Exactly, it is not always intended to be the case. It is to see how you actually are, not to come away with feeling improved or better, but to see the truth. This is the whole of the path. And from that truth, becoming wiser, kinder, more compassionate, and then things get better. But not often at the beginning, right? Sometimes we're sitting in judgment. We're sitting in restlessness. We're sitting in torpor. We're sitting in boredom. Can't believe, what am I doing? We're sitting in distracted mind doing nothing but telling stories about how fucked up and failed we or our lives or our partners or somebody is, our world. And can we recognize that too? Yes, we can, in the stabilized, calming, unified mind, awakened heart mind. Yes, we can. The evening meditation doesn't seem as rewarding, so I find a way to get distracted. Yes, actually, Andy, the neuroscience says that's not true. It says the 20 plus breaths will actually contribute to more restorative brainwave, more restorative mind, and more restorative, replenishing, rejuvenating sleep. So it's not even accurate, but you may be tired enough. You may want to make contact with that mind that goes, ugh, I just need sleep. There is a quality of mind that even leads to better and more restful sleep. And so let's give it a try. I think it could take a few times, but let's give those 20 breaths a try at the end of the day. I have found them quite delicious, quite supportive, quite heart, mind opening, even for rest. Yes, I'm glad everybody likes the idea of ritual. I think it's essential. I will try to do the 20 breath ritual after dinner. Wherever you choose to do it, I would like you to try 20 breaths at the end of the day also. I want people to begin to see the effects of beginning the day mindfully, heartfully, ending the day mindfully, heartfully, offering the day to yourself mindfully, heartfully. So if you want to put your 20 breaths for your day, Dennis, in after dinner, that's beautiful. I'd still like you to work towards the 20 breaths at the end of a day as you are getting to prepare for rest and sleep. Blessings to you, Andy. Thank you. I move my meditation pillow next to the bed. Yes. So I have a step over the pillow. That's exactly what I have done. Again, I don't sit on a pillow any longer because of an injury, but I don't need that support, that reminder in that way anymore. But what other supports do you need? Again, what other kinds of pairings, says the neuroscience, can we bring to making this a positive, joyful ritual for you? What other things might you do? We've talked about putting it where it's easy to access, a candle, tea, looking out at the beauty of the blooming, birthing new day. We've asked that you come up with 3 words, haven't we, in the past? We're going to add that again later. We're just getting to the practice right now. Walking in nature at sunrise. Yes, it will be fairly difficult for some people to get to that walk if you're having trouble getting to the breaths. So once you get to the breaths, the walk can be a part of that. But for some people, just getting to the 20 breaths is already so tricky. So find your way. You may find the window. You may open the window. You may step on the patio to get to nature in that way. Beautiful symbol. Thank you, Robin. That can be inspiring. I have always something sitting on my bedstand, usually that I put there the evening before. This morning it was this rock, for example, the smoothness, the presence, the solidness that we can bring. Online timer, yep, to remind me to take breaths. That's a nice cure. Calm has that, insighttimer.org, awakeningbell.org. Thank you. There's some beautiful tones. And yes, I love setting them as awakenings, those gongs and bells as ways to remember, to first be present to ourselves. That's a beautiful reminder. Thank you, Len. Yes, it's helpful to start going to bed before midnight. My whole practice for the first year was probably done between 10:30 and midnight because I'd blow the practice for the whole day. And my commitment was 10 minutes no matter what. And I would practice at the end of my bed. And my husband thought that's the way that we were taught to practice. He was sure that was the way. And it was my way. That was the way I could get to it every day at the beginning. Feed ducks at sunrise, yes. At least the idea of preparing to make the offering. This is the open heart. That's beautiful. I'm going to make an offering after this in some beautiful way. Yes, a busy, bustling house. Yep. Sometimes we have to step outside. Sometimes we get in our cars, like the ER docs do at Scripps. So they avoid the bells, the whistles, and right? They have to find a place to go. And yes, learning how to practice in chaos is our ultimate aspiration. And sometimes beginning with a little silence is the way. I used to have a little 2-year-old come to sit in my lap, and I saw him as my distraction. I learned quickly, Leanne, like you, that in fact he was the blessing. And I have a very strong felt sense of him rocking against my chest in a most way. I still remember that today. So how do we use even those things that we might otherwise call distraction as a part of the practice? For many of us, beginning that way can be fairly challenging, but the practice will take care of you and offer that possibility to you as well. So don't despair if you go, I can't do it yet. Can you know, I just don't have this stability of mind quite yet. So, offer yourself what you need, including a little quieter space, if it's possible, counting the breaths for some people, noise canceling, headphones. I mean, this is all just offering ourselves what we need to get to the practice, whatever that is for you. You're so welcome. What else do we need? We've got to watch our busyness, watch our distraction, watch our grabbing the phone, because once you do that, the mind is already taking off. Be careful about that. It would be useful to get those 20 breaths in before you pick up the phone and start looking at the news and the CNN clip and the Fox News, right? Because it's very easy to be pulled into the world without stabilizing your own heart mind first. And this is the goal, that we bring something stabilizing, that we bring something hopeful, that we bring something of benefit. And I don't know how to do it when I'm all strung out. The support of EMC, that's right. This is here and available to you as another conducive condition. Many of us do not use our Thursday morning opportunity, but it is there for you. And Greg has been very committed and stayed with it. And I drop in when I can, when I'm not cycling as well, because it is such an important support. Yes, thank you, Greg, for staying with that. For those who need it. We're going to need it more. If you ever have to get off, I've heard some people say, oh, I didn't want to get on for two reasons. One is I didn't want to bother. Well, you're not going to be a bother if we didn't see you, that you just still, as Leanne has told me, and I've appreciated this, okay, at least I was setting the intention for practice, and then I just went and practiced on my own when I couldn't get in. And then sometimes Carrie or I will open our eyes, catch you, and try to let you in. But also trying to come in late. It's better to show up whenever we show up than not to show up at all. So always try to get in, even if you're a few minutes late, no problem. And even if you have to leave early, no problem once again. Don't use those as excuses. There is no better time for practice than with and in community. And so whenever we're here, you're invited from beginning in the middle to the end. So try to drop in when you can. I think any other ideas about this? I think we're getting the idea. It's lovely to hear. The commitment and the intention is first. The commitment and the intention is first. And so if you are making this intention to 60 breath daily practice at the minimum, I want you to at least write me, if not everyone, and make the public commitment to say, I am going to commit to practicing 60 breaths every day. Do it to me, do it to others, write it down for yourself. This is the beginning of all goodness. Without that, we cannot find the way. It's just not possible. Thank you. Every day, this is the unconditional, no matter what, 60 breaths. Where you put them then becomes a possibility. Where you put them. I'm suggesting 20 in the morning, 20 in the evening, and 20 throughout the day. Maybe for you, well, I could get to this. I'm going for all 60. Good for you. Good, Leanne. I know you can do it. Courtney, Robin, you're in. Kelly, you're in. Chris, you're in. All in. That's right. Adrian, wonderful. This is where our practice meets the road, right? How to get to this. Beautiful, Caroline. Thank you, Seth. Okay, you're in. I love that. 60 breaths a day, no matter what. This is not the end of the aspiration. This is the beginning. And so we begin this new year with the beginning aspiration, getting to the practice every day. 60 breaths. How you do it, I don't care. Where you do it, I don't care. That you do it, I care. When you miss a day, remember you always have the end of the day, the end of your bed in which to start. A fundraiser. Yeah, you guys are going to pay me when you don't practice. That's the fundraiser. I would be a millionaire many times over, wouldn't I? If I went, okay, quarter, you didn't practice. Every time, every day you don't practice, there it is. Quarter goes in the jar. I love that idea, Leanne. I think we have to talk. You're a genius. I think that would be absolutely terrific. What's more valuable to me is that you take those 60 breaths and find your way to them, right? And find your way to them. Yes. Dennis, you're mentioning something I want to mention before we get ready to leave, and that is the Real Change book. Glad you got it. We're going to begin an orientation. We're not starting the book, but read the introduction. For next week, we will be talking about that, and we'll be reviewing the book briefly so that you know that we're going to be also practicing with the practices in Sharon's book, Real Change. It's a delightful book, one I think you will truly enjoy, and it's very practical. I wanted to begin the year with a practical book. We'll go on to another book sometime in March. We'll give ourselves a few weeks with this book. We'll take at least, with the orientation, we'll do at least 7 weeks, if not 8. And then I'm choosing between 2 books, so I'm not going to say much more about those now. One is very much in the same vein as Real Change, but with a much stronger mindfulness practice involved. So we'll see how we do with that. So Real Change for next week. How about it? Good. Everyone, 60 breaths, get to them. Do this for yourself. Do this for others. Do this for the world. It will make a difference. I want you to see and feel that. And if not, put the quarter in that jar and do it anyway. In the old days, I'll tell you one of the things I did when I would forget my minutes because of the chaos of my own mind. There's no other explanation. I would do that the next day. And so if I forgot my 10 minimum minutes, I would do that the next day so that it would be 20. And I don't think that's a bad notion. It is like putting money in a jar, isn't it? Except it's better. So we might look forward to that. Beautiful. All right, can we sit together for just a moment? Here we are together, gathering ourselves. We'll practice those 20 breaths again for the end of this practice breath. See how easy it is. And so settling into the body, feeling the sense of the body here. And then the whole body breathing. Coming home to the body and the breath. Long breaths and short ones. We place the mind on the breath again and again. And we're knowing the breath, like knowing the present moment. Resting the weary mind in the cradle of the breath. And as we gather this attention and our base intentions to be of benefit, to be a contribution, may we offer this calm, this ease, this wholeness, wherever it is needed in the day. If we do not remember it ourselves, we will be carried away by the winds of the mind. And may we offer this to ourselves and all beings. May we all be happy. May we all be safe. May we all have ease. And may we say yes to this 60 breath practice every day, unconditionally. And so we will be blessed, and we will then be a blessing to others. May it be so. Thank you all. Please order your book, Real Change. We'll be looking at it together, just thumbing through next Tuesday, and then starting in the chapters the following week. So please get a hold of that, and I will look forward to being with you then. Also, let me know about your 60 breath practice. If you're struggling to get to the 60 breaths, please let me know so that I can help you, so we can figure out together, what is it you're needing? What are you doing that's keeping you so away from the present moment in yourself that you can't even find your way to it? And remember, however you get to the 60 breaths, it is a good day with very good news in it. So blessings to you all. Love to you. I will look forward to seeing you. You're so welcome. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Greg will be here 7 on Thursday. So please join us for all of that, even for 60 breaths. That would be lovely as well. Thank you, everyone. Hope everyone has a good day.